With Shroud being picked up by Sentinels to play competitive Valorant, how would you guys summarize his competitive CSGO career? It's been over.
I'll actually do a video on that in the future. So essentially, I'll go deep on it in the future. The short version is this. Here's like the 4-sentence version or whatever. He, at one point in time, he was a very promising NA talent who was breaking through, like famously 2015. He actually was like probably a top 20, top 30 player in the world. He was a very good star player. The problem is, in the years following that, he seemed to regress. And much like the Skadoodle, his partner in crime as a star, they both sort of had the skills to be star players, but didn't seem like mentally to have it in the game. So when you took away the Sean Gares and the Dazed of the world from these guys, they sort of just crumbled. They weren't actually as great. And so I don't think at all, by the way, Shrouds are fake. Like when he's on his stream, he is really skilled at FPS games. He just, for whatever reason, he just has something about his mentality where I just don't think he had the right competitive mentality. I think being a casual player and being a big fish in a small pond of plebs is what Shroud should do. He's clearly very good at it.
Well, I mean, that was kind of like one of the jokes back then, was that we should just have a second monitor for him that has a chat on it or some shit, so when he's on stage, he's thinking he's streaming, and then all of a sudden he's just going to hit 5 headshots with a P250 or something and, pull off those fucking crazy strat rounds, those crazy rounds that we saw on his stream all the time, but that we never really felt like we were seeing in the game. So yeah, that was one of those, things, but I mean, good for him. Like what's interesting is that, I mean, Shroud has, he has the liberty, he has that freedom to be able to like hop into a game like Valorant if he wants and play for like a month or two. I mean, I think isn't that the case? Like, it isn't even just like a permanent position that he's occupying. I think he's literally coming in as a stand-in. So yeah, good on him.
The vibe in Valorant, the scene is that it was done cynically, Semmler, because he was one of the big core stream people. So the vibe is Sentinels, the team, used to be the #1 team in Valorant, but that was like 2 years ago. Hey. And they've gradually they're like a FaZe clan. They've had all the big names and they've just gradually dropped off, and they haven't got a proper coach and IGL. Like, it's all the same shit as CSGO, mate. So the joke is, the cynical take in Valorant is they're just doing this to give themselves, since they don't competitively have like the value.
There you go. Then fine, fair enough. I respect that.
Pump up the viewers, as it were, get a bit of excitement,
But that's what I was talking about before, where it's like either you're a team that wins trophies, and so that's how you get your sponsors, and that's how you make your dough, and that's how you succeed, or you're a team that has a big streaming brand.
Yes.
And so if you have Shroud on there, I mean, that was literally Cloud9 for fucking years. Like whenever Shroud was on there, that was the whole thing, was that, okay, we have Shroud, we have nothing, we have Hiko, we have these guys that have like these streams, these brands. This is something we can market to our sponsors. I mean, they didn't beat around the bush. Cloud9 were very much on that page. Like, this is how the business model works right now. So, I mean, if that's the name of the game from the beginning, you can't have a foot in each camp. That's all I'm saying. Like, either you go all the way with Shroud then at that point and just lean hard into the content, or you go all the way the other way and try and actually win some fucking tournaments. But you can't have it both ways. That's not a cake and eat it too scenario.
Want to see more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, be a pleb and don't.